Hey everybody, it is time for our daily political energy reading from the swamp. I'm feeling a little better. I probably sound a little better, although I still feel like my head's full of cotton. Um, I tried doing this on my lunch break today. I even filmed it on my lunch break today. Unfortunately, in the middle of the recording, my phone decided to just stop recording. Who knows why? And so then I thought, okay, well, I'll just pick up where I left off and I'll just have two and I'll put them together editing. So I tried to do that and no, it wouldn't, I couldn't get the editing to do what I wanted it to do because I don't really know what the hell I'm doing when I'm editing. I'm still figuring it out. Um, so in the process of trying to do this, I managed to delete both recordings, the first part and the second part. So then I thought, okay, well, screw it then. I guess I'll just redo it. And then as I was getting ready to try, I was trying to remember what cards it was that I had pulled at lunchtime. And I didn't. And I was listening to Midas Touch. They were doing a special live broadcast tonight. Evidently, F-47 is and gang have pulled some more ridiculous stunts. I don't even know. I listened for a few minutes and I thought, okay, I need to just stop, come on here and do this before my head gets filled up with whatever is going on. Now, I do know that there was a plane that landed upside down in Canada today. It took a minute for me to wrap my head around that one. I was like, how the hell do you flip a plane over upside down to land? I don't quite understand how that works. I'm sure there will be plenty coming out to explain what went on through non-American news organizations. Because if it's anything negative at all, Alan 47 will not allow the American news to report on it anymore. He doesn't allow the FCC or anybody that has anything to do with flight patterns, airline accidents, anything like that. He shut all that down. No, can't report on it. If you don't report on it, it didn't happen. Right? So, yeah, tell that to the people who just lost a loved one that because we're not going to show it on the news, it didn't really happen. I okay. I start thinking about some of this nonsense, and it's like a million times worse than what I thought it was going to be. But at the same time, they're a million times more incompetent than they were the first go round. Go figure that one out. So I sat down and as I started to shuffle the cards, I was like, okay, instead of just a completely general overview of today's reading, I thought, all right, show me where we, the people, are at and what is going through our minds across the board. So here are the cards that I got. First up was the moon reversed. Then I got the Nine of Pentacles and the Two of Swords. Then the Page of Pentacles, followed by the Magician. And at the bottom of the deck, there was the Six of Wands. So everything was upright this time around, except for the moon, the first card. It came in reversed. And let's see what all this means. So, where are we now, the American people as a whole? Where are we at spiritually, emotionally, physically, mentally? We're the moon reversed. What does that mean? Um, Repressing emotions, inner confusion, misinterpretations, darkness, insecurities. That's probably the best damn description of what people are feeling today that I've seen in a while. Because I think we're feeling all of those things. I know I am. I'm sure other people are too. Now, when I started doing these political readings daily, my goal was and still is to give a general overview and to leave everyone with a little bit of hope. It seems to get harder and harder and harder to do that every day. But I refuse to give in on that concept because I do believe my guides when they said it will get better. Not tomorrow, not next week, probably not next year, but it will get better. We just have to keep pushing our way through it. Um, I was asked today on a survey at work that they were doing, um, what does resilience mean to me? And I started thinking about all the things I've been through in my lifetime, 63 years worth of it. And then I started thinking about all the things I watched my mother go through as she raised two kids on her own in the 60s, no less. And she didn't even get a high school diploma. She never finished high school. But she raised two kids on her own. And she did a damn good job of it. She always said her greatest achievements in life was the fact that both of her children got a college education. My brother and I both got a college degree. So, yeah, I get that. I really do. Um, so it makes it kind of hard when I see rights that I watched my mother fight for be taken away again. And now here I am, 50 some odd years later, having to fight for the same rights all over again. It can be very depressing at times. But I tend to be the kind of person who looks at life through rose-colored glasses. That's what my late husband always accused me of. Take off those rose-colored glasses and look at reality. I would be like, I don't want to look at reality. It's depressing. I'd rather look through my rose-tinted glasses. So we're starting out with the moon reversed. And I think that there are a lot of people who are repressing their emotions because they don't quite know how to feel. They're overwhelmed. A lot of us are overwhelmed by everything that's going on. I mean, I guess you got to give the man credit. He seems to be pretty damn good about creating chaos and just hitting in your face, hitting in your face, hitting in your face so hard that you can't think straight. And that's where a lot of people are. And when people get like that, they tend to just shut down. They go hibernate, or they start drinking or doing drugs, or they, whatever it is that they need to do to make themselves feel better. And that's their solution because they can't deal with the reality of what's happening. All right, so next step. What is our next step? And I pulled the Nine of Pentacles. Now that's gaining from your fruits of labor. Nine of Pentacles, that's working hard and reaching the reward at the end of the journey. That's learning to be self-sufficient and knowing that you can take care of yourself and your family. It's finally feeling that little bit of financial independence. Uh, like I said, my mother was a single parent raising two kids on her own in a world where she wasn't allowed to have a bank account in her own name or a credit card in her own name. Uh, my granddaddy, her stepfather, he had to sign off on everything for her in order for her to buy a house or to have a bank account or to get a credit card. My granddaddy would have to go to the bank with her and go sign off. He didn't mind doing it because he loved us, and that was his way of expressing that love, of trying to take care of us. But all I can think about it is my mom must have been really, it must have been really difficult for her to have to reach out to him to come sign off on her life so that she could move forward. And now, of course, they're trying to push us back into that life. It ain't going to happen, y'all. I mean, they might succeed in it for a short period of time, but that ain't going to play. There's too many women who've been too independent for far too long. They're not going back. We're not going back. All right. Our obstacle is the Two of Swords. So that's making those difficult decisions. Um, Trying to avoid making those decisions at times. Um, Weighing all of your options. Should I do this? Should I do that? Would it be best if I went this way or that way? I mean, when you look at the card, that's not just somebody with Two of Swords, but look at the way they're holding them. Now, can you imagine sitting like that for any length of time, holding two large broadswords up that way? Your arms would be ready to fall off. That's a lot of weight, a lot of balancing you have to do. And I think that's where people are starting to get, they're tired. They're tired of carrying this load when we don't have to be. And it pisses me off that there's a large group of people in this country, my own countrymen, who are perfectly happy with making things worse for everyone because they're too stupid to figure it out on their own. All right, our strengths and resources. What are our strengths and resources? Well, I drew the Page of Pentacles. Now, Page of Pentacles, that's manifesting your needs. That's financial opportunities coming your way. That's developing a skill and becoming proficient at it. Um, that is stoking your ambition, following your desires, your passions. Um, that's being diligent, knowing that if you keep slogging along and you keep doing what you're supposed to do, that when it comes to the end of your journey, you're going to reap the reward for it. Nobody wants to work until the day they drop dead. What's the point in that? Everybody wants to be able to work to the point where they can retire and maybe enjoy a little of their life, enjoy their kids, their grandkids, their pets, whatever it is that you're involved with in your life. So that's our strength and our resource. We can manifest what it is we want this world to be. Somebody said to me today, just before you go to bed at night, think about what you would like the world to be like when you wake up in the morning. One or two simple things. I would like for my rights to be restored by the time I wake up in the morning. I would like for food prices to be normal again when I wake up in the morning. I would like to have that job I've been longing for when I wake up in the morning. There are all kinds of different things we can work on manifesting. And if we visualize it and we believe it and we put it out there, we speak it, those who come from a more Christian religious background, they'll get that part because they're real big on naming and claiming it, right? You got to name it and claim it if you want it to happen. That's basically what the Page of Pentacles is. That's your name it and claim it guy. And then the last card, the potential outcome. I got the Magician. I mean, could you ask for a better card to get for potential outcome? The Magician is someone who is very skilled at what they do. He has the infinity sign over his head, which shows that whatever it is he's working on will endure forever if he wants it. And he has all of the elements there with him. The cups, the pentacle, the swords, the wands. Because the magician is able to pull from any one of those paradigms to help him know what's the best course of action. Oh, okay, maybe we need to throw a little bit of fire on that and get it going. Or maybe you need to throw a little bit of water on it to cool things off. Might need a little bit more money than what we were expecting. So we got to do a few extra things to make up that difference, right? The magician is strong because that's a very action-oriented symbol in the tarot. Because this is telling you you have at your disposal, at your fingertips, all the tricks of the trade. Everything you need to be successful. It's all right there on that table and around them. It's kind of hard to be a failure when you have everything at your fingertips. So how do people wind up failing when everything's at their fingertips? Because they either A, they squander it, B, they don't believe it, or C, they get greedy and they just want more and more and more instead of being satisfied with what you've been given. So I feel good that the magician is the final outcome because this is telling me that we have the ability to do whatever needs to be done to get through this and come out the other side. It's not going to be pretty, and I'm pretty damn sure it's going to be bloody, but it is what it is. And the sooner that we can all come to that conclusion, we're going to continue to find this divide between us. So, reaching for that hope here, I'm trying hard. I look at the bottom of the deck, which was, what card was that? The six of wands. That was at the bottom of the deck. That's public recognition. Well, I guess everybody would like their 5 minutes of fame, right? You know, most of us don't really care. It's not an important thing for us, but there are others that's very important for them. That also stands for victory, for progress, self-confidence. You know, I think that's one of the things that a lot of us are suffering from. Let me hold it this way. There we go. Is that self-confidence? A lot of us have lost our self-confidence. And I'm ashamed to admit it, Americans have an extraordinarily short attention span. And so we tend to be the people now who act, react, move forward on whatever happens in that moment instead of taking our time and setting a goal before you get the outcome. It kind of reminds me when growing up. Okay, you wanted that really nice new bedroom set, or a new sofa, or a new washer dryer. What did most people do? They didn't have credit cards to run out and buy it. They would put things on layaway. What's layaway, you may ask? I'm sure there are some that still remember it, but most people look at me like, huh? That's when the item that you want to purchase is put aside and held for you. And then every week you would go in and make a payment on those items. And at the end of the day, once you've made that final payment, it's yours. Bring it on home or have it delivered, depending. But it's yours. It belongs to you. You've paid for it. You don't have to worry about somebody coming and taking it out of your house. I think we need to relearn what it is to be in a layaway world where you don't have 20 credit cards in your wallet. And so if you want something, if you max that card out, well, here, grab the next one. Oh, that was maxed. Well, here, grab the next one. It's real easy to get caught in that roller coaster. Sometimes things like that happen and you have no control over it. You're just trying to survive. There's going to be a whole lot of us that are just going to be trying to survive for the next little while. Evidently, two of the red states today placed a claim to FEMA for assistance for bad climate accidents that have happened in the last couple of days. They've been turned down because the muskrat and the Pelham 47 are busy gutting every government agency on the books. And as they gut everything that we need in order to function as a country, they're busy stuffing as much money as they can get away with in their pockets. That's why all the crap with all of these crazy um, executive orders and whatnot that he's been throwing out there, left, right, willy-nilly, just all over the place, is to keep us distracted. And it's to keep us focused on all of the hullabaloo going on while his buddies are in the background shoving money in their pockets and laughing all the way to the bank. We need to wake up, people, and be aware of what's going on. Again, I like to have that little kernel of hope close out with. And I got that with the Six of Wands. I got that hope. That card tells us that we will be successful. It's not going to be an easy road, not by any means whatsoever. But we will come out the other side, and we will be stronger for it. So hang on to that hope. Don't believe every bit of crap you hear online or on some Fox News broadcast that you forced to listen to because you're sitting at the doctor's office. Just know that we are slowly moving things forward, but it's going to take time. It's going to take a lot of time and a lot of hard work, a lot of elbow grease, as my grandmother used to say. Roll up your sleeves, put a little bit of elbow grease into it. I remember her saying that to me all the time. And she was a unique character, my grandmother. She was a raging alcoholic. It was cruel and mean when she got drunk, which was daily. But at the same time, she cared about her family, and she did what had to be done to make sure that her kids were raised and raised right. Maybe we never had money. That's okay. To me, success is being able to pay all my bills by the end of the month and still having a few dollars left over to maybe go out to eat or go catch a movie or hell, just kick back and chillax on the porch, whatever. So, the Six of Wands, this gives me hope. This gives me hope because this tells me we will be victorious. It's not going to be an easy battle to win, but we will win it. All right. Y'all hang in there. Pardon the mess behind me. I just didn't have the energy to drag my screen out. Y'all have a great evening, and I will talk to you soon. All right. Let's see if I can get this turned off, get rid of all the damn pop-ups so I can turn off the camera. Seems like right around this time, all it wants to do is shove pop-ups in my face. Finally, I got rid of them. Okay, bye.